I've been a VTuber for about 5 years now, and I've seen quite a lot happen in this community in that 5 years. And while I love this community very much, and I love being a part of it, there are definitely some things I think we need to learn. So today, in this video, I'm going to talk about some things that I wish the VTuber community would learn in the year 2026. Before we go any further, in case you're new here, hello! I'm Nanaru. I'm your local sleepy daily or wolfie. While I do sometimes upload videos like this, I am mostly a streamer. I stream Tuesday through Friday at 7 p.m. EST. It would be super cool if you could like this video, subscribe, and maybe come check out one of my streams. With that all being said, let's get back to the video. The first thing that I think the VTuber community needs to learn is communication. We have a massive communication problem in this community. Whether it's not communicating feelings properly, or ideas properly, or just all out refusing to communicate issues in private. This is a huge, huge problem in this community, and I kind of wish we would all collectively have a come to Jesus moment and realize that. There are far too many Google Docies that get dropped about things that could have easily been handled in private. I'm gonna be so 100% for real with all of you. None of us had any business knowing about all of the stuff that happened in this Cinder situation. That entire thing should have been handled privately. I won't elaborate on it because it's in the past and I'd like it to stay in the past, but the public had no business knowing about any of that stuff. It all should have been handled in private. Too many high school level petty dramas get made and brought out because people are not willing to communicate with each other. On the other side of communication, I think we all need to learn how to properly express what we want from certain situations. I'm going to use collabs and use me as a reference because it's just what I have the most experience with. If you're going to message me about hanging out or collabing, you need to make it abundantly clear which one you're talking about and what your intention is. If you message me and ask me if I want to play games sometime, I'm going to take that as you want to hang out off stream. Never, ever, 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 ever assume I know what you mean, because I can't read your mind. So truthfully, I have no idea what you're talking about. And yes, it does matter. It matters greatly whether or not we're going to be on stream or not, because the way that I behave is going to be different. Oh my god, what a shocker. I behave differently on stream than off stream. That's crazy. Newsflash for you. 99% of streamers are very different off stream. So yes, when you're reaching out to somebody for a collab, you need to properly communicate what it is you're trying to do. Are you trying to just hang out in private, or are you trying to actually have a collab stream? Personally, I don't understand how this could be so hard for people, but I'm also the kind of person to make it very clear when I message you what I'm messaging you for. Maybe that's just a me thing. Another thing I think that we as a community need to get better at is etiquette. Some of y'all are far too comfortable bashing other streamers just because you don't personally like a thing about them or something that they do. And before I get too much further into this, let me say this right off the bat. I do not mean people who are actively exhibiting problematic behaviors. We as a community absolutely need to call out people exhibiting problematic behaviors online. We should not be supporting people who are actively harming other people. What I'm talking about is the people who bash on other VTubers for using a customizable model, or because they don't like their setup or their overlays or whatever. Petty stuff like that. Customizable models are so important to this community. It allows people who can't really afford to have a custom model right off of the bat, or don't have a design ready, to sit down and play around with a VTuber model and stream and come up with their design. I've already talked about this in a short before, but I definitely think that customizable models are a great starting point. I think that if you want to make it big time and you want to have an actual career streaming, at some point you're gonna have to upgrade to a custom model, but that's gonna take time, and you need time to build up an audience and gather the money together for that. So yes, customizable models are important, and there's no shame in using them. At the end of the day, you can like what you want to like and have your opinions about things, but just because you have an opinion on something doesn't mean that you have the right to go and attack other people just because it goes against your opinion. Okay, I couldn't remember what my last point was before, but I finally remembered it, so I'm gonna give it to you now. Sorry there's no pretty model to go along with it, but My last point and the last thing that I think that the VTuber community needs to learn in the year 2026 is to get over yourselves with VTuber designs. Far too often have I seen other people falsely accuse somebody else of copying their design when quite literally they look nothing alike. The most that they have in common is like colors or a type of flower or the same type of animal, and that's about it. Y'all need to get over yourselves with these designs. I hate to tell you, but nothing is original anymore. Everything has been done at least once. Y'all are far too brave and far too angry and antagonistic when it comes to your VTuber designs. I get being protective over your designs, but there's a difference between somebody just having a similar idea and directly copying you. In the past year alone, I've seen so many Spider Lily VTubers come out, and it's made me so excited. And none of them have looked exactly like my design or anything similar to it. They just like spider lilies and they use spider lilies in their designs. I would much rather be friends with these people who have the same ideas or design concept as myself, rather than send our communities after one another to pick each other down and pick apart each other. It's so much better and so much easier to make friends in this community than enemies. Think of all of the different collabs and content ideas that come with collaborating with people who have the same idea in mind. But yeah, that's that. Y'all need to get over yourselves with these VTuber designs. Nothing is original anymore. It's fine to have similarities. Stop picking on people who look nothing like you just because they chose the same color scheme. So yeah, that's my wants and wishes and things that I hope that the VTuber community learns how to do and learns not to do in the year 2026. If you're a VTuber or somebody just hanging out in the community, please feel free to let me know your thoughts and opinions on this subject in the comments below. If you want to check out my streams, you can subscribe here on YouTube or check out my Twitch. I multi-stream to both platforms. Please be sure to check out all of my other social media on my Straw page. Link is in the description. Thank you guys so much for hanging out. I really appreciate it, and I hope to see you all again soon. Bye bye!